When I initially found out that I was pregnant, I was 16. I was in a relationship with someone who was much older than me that I should not have been in a relationship with. I was in high school and I thought I knew it all. And it was kind of a shock to find out that I was pregnant. I was terrified for my parents to find out, but I was happy. I didn't care what I had to do. I was going to take care of my child. My dad told me that I was having an abortion, and that was no question, no debate. I really wanted to keep my child regardless of what they thought. And I was supposed to go to Raleigh, North Carolina, have the abortion, and that was it. When I arrived at the clinic, it was a lot of people in the waiting room. My mom went and signed me in, paid for it. I was called back. They did another pregnancy test. They told me that I was pregnant, and they did some iron testing. No one ever asked me if I really wanted it. Then I was put into another room into another waiting room where I was just left with a whole lot of other women, and the only thing I could think of was, how can I get out of here and still have my daughter? Then I was given 2 types of medication, Valium and Motrin. I was taken into another examining room to have an ultrasound done. And then I was back in the waiting room, and then I went into the procedure room where they did the abortion. And at exactly 1:10, that's when my daughter passed away. The next 2 or 3 months, I was in denial. Then I went through my anger period where I didn't want to talk to my father, and I really didn't talk to him for 2 months. And then it was like it never even happened. And that was for about maybe 5 years after the abortion. Everything didn't come out until I was, I believe, a junior in college. I ended up becoming suicidal. I actually attempted suicide while I was in college. I took about 15,000 milligrams of Motrin. No one knew I had a problem because my grades were very high. I was very calm and content when I was out in public, and behind closed doors, it was a whole different story. I went through depression, went through medications, went to therapy for a little while. The healing process really didn't happen until 2009 when I attended Rachel's Vineyard. It's a 2-day retreat that you go to get healing for yourself. You meet and mingle with other women who've had the same experiences as you. And you really kind of get a mental and emotional cleansing. And that is what really helps a lot of women, because they realize, okay, well, I'm not the only one in this situation. There are a whole lot of women who are suffering, and sometimes they don't understand why they're suffering because they think that they've made a choice and they have to live with that choice. Reality is that it may not just be a choice. It may be that you feel like you had no other options, or that you were coerced to become a post-abortive woman. I know I didn't find out that I was really coerced into my abortion until 2010. My abortion experience sparked my drive to go into psychology and go into developmental clinical psychology to work with adolescent females who do experience crisis abortions, so that they can know that there is someone who understands, who really truly understands what they're going through. For women who've gone through an abortion, there is a light at the end of the tunnel. Regardless of how dark you may feel at this particular moment, there are people out there who really want to help.